We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it The People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. University of Benin shut down academic activities indefinitely over students' protest. Management of Tai Solarin University of Education, Ijagun, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, suspends school's ongoing second semester examination indefinitely over killing of a student. Abuja Federal High Court invalidates PDP's governorship primary election in Edo State. I am Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. The authorities of the University of Benin, UNIBEN, on Thursday shut down academic activities in the institution indefinitely. The university, in a statement by its public relations officer, Dr. Benedicta Ehanire, attributed the decision to the refusal of the students to shift grounds on their demands. Recall that the students on Wednesday took to the streets, blocking the ever-busy Benin-Ore highway to protest weeks of power outages on campus.
Hey! Okay, all right, thank God.
Don't do that, don't do anything, just to smoke.
You have
In a related development, the management of Tai Solarin University of Education, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, has suspended the school's ongoing second semester examination indefinitely. The decision was taken following the killing on Wednesday of a final year student identified as Olaoye Fabiyi, allegedly by suspected cultists. It was gathered that Fabiyi was dragged out of the examination hall while writing his final papers by some unidentified men. A source who witnessed the incident said the armed men dragged him to a corner where they shot at him and hit him with a brick on the head. The assailants reportedly ensured that he died before leaving the scene. The acting president of the Students' Union, Bethel Olorunfumi, also confirmed his death, stating that efforts to rescue the victim by the medical staff at an unspecified general hospital proved abortive. Meanwhile, the school's deputy registrar, Babatunde Odugbesan, said in a statement released on Thursday that all examinations on the campus have been suspended indefinitely. Moving over to the FCT, a federal high court in Abuja this Thursday invalidated the People's Democratic Party primary election that produced Asue Ighodalo as the party's candidate in the forthcoming governorship election in Edo State. Justice Inyang Ekwo, in a judgment, held that the PDP's primary held on February 22 failed to comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022, the guidelines for the conduct of the poll, and the party's constitution. Justice Ekwo, who said that Exhibit PDP-1 tendered by the party was bereft of evidence, held that the plaintiffs, through the exhibits tendered, were able to establish their case against the defendants. The judge said from the exhibit presented by the PDP, he found that the returning officers who prepared the result sheets only sat down in a place to manufacture the outcome of the poll. He said the exclusion of the 381 delegates, including the plaintiffs, was against the provisions of the law. Justice Ekwo held that though INEC, the first defendant, filed a memorandum of appearance in the suit, it was unfortunate that the commission did not file any process in the case. According to the judge, the first defendant's counsel only said it would be bound by the court's decision. I found that the case of the plaintiff succeeds on merit, he said. It was gathered that 3 aggrieved ad hoc delegates on behalf of the 378 others had sued the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, the PDP, its National Secretary and Vice Chairman, South-South, as first to fourth defendants, respectively. Meanwhile, the Edo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has reacted to the nullification of Asue Ighodalo as the party's candidate for the September 21 governorship election by a federal high court in Abuja. The state chairman of the party, Anthony Aizegbemi, who reacted to the judgment in a statement made available to newsmen in Benin City this Thursday, said the judgment would not affect the candidature of Asue Ighodalo. Aizegbemi, however, urged members and loyal supporters of the party to remain calm and resolute, as there is no cause for alarm. Now, the Nigeria Society of Engineers, Maitama branch, has once again demonstrated its commitment to excellence and community development by renovating and commissioning the junior secondary school, Kurudu Multipurpose Hall in the capital city, Abuja. This impressive project showcases the society's dedication to improving the learning environment and supporting the growth of future engineers and innovators. Our correspondent now gives us details.
The Society of Engineers Maitama branch is hereby commissioned for use to the glory of God.
The commissioning ceremony was a celebration of a collaborative effort. The renovated facility, commissioned by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, boasts of modern amenities and cutting-edge technology, providing a conducive learning environment for students. Speaking at the commissioning, the principal of the school, Zubairu Ahmed Liman, and Monso Suli, director and planning, FCT Universal Board, expressed delight over the intervention.
This is a project that for over a year I've been looking for ways to see how this place will be renovated. When I came to this school as a principal, it is a dilapidated project completely. The ceiling and everything is collapsed. The flow completely bad. And this is the hole that we use for our examination. The senior secondary school use it. Our JS3 students also use it for their examination. But anytime we're about using it, we became afraid that the ceiling will collapse on the children. So I am extremely happy that this place has been renovated. We want to use so many opportunities to put it in use. One, it will be conducive for our students for learning, and PT will also use it for our meetings. And then we intend to, by the grace of God, seek the permission of other NGOs to provide computers for us so that we'll now apply for JAM centers.
Yes, this is a multipurpose hall of Kurudu, Junior Secondary School Kurudu, to be precise. And the Multipurpose Hall has been urging for renovation for a very long time, which we have tried, because of the dwindling economic situation of the country. We couldn't attend to all the problem, but unfortunately, I would say fortunately for me, when I got hold of the chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers of Maitama, we discussed severally on the phone, and he was willing to come and do something. And thank God he has chosen a school, one of our school in our project, and he got it done.
Also speaking about the project and others executed by the society so far, Chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Maitama branch, Ugochukwu Okoye, had this to say.
Our branches all over the world are presently embarking on projects that benefit the communities where they are located. The Nigerian Society of Engineers, Maitama branch, handled this renovation project from scratch, the renovation. They did the floor, the walls, and everything you see there. It was an initiative, and based on the agenda of our current president, that we should make an impact wherever the society is located.
Representative of the president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Margaret Aina Oguntola, who commissioned the project, urged the students to work hard in shaping the Nigerian's future. Engineer Joshua Egube gave an overview of the project.
Engineering is the backbone of any developing country. So we try as much as possible to impart as much as we can. In fact, we did 5 major projects in FCT within these 2 years of my administrations. The first one was a solar-powered borehole in a Lanto community in Kuje. And second was the solar motorized borehole in Orozo community. It was also very interesting. And the third and fourth, which is in the twin solar-powered bus stop shelter in the heart of Abuja. The fifth one is this renovated structure, which we started from the scratch. And we say that we kind of built this structure because when you see it at the initial stage, it was an eyesore.
The project demonstrates the society's commitment to supporting education and innovation, aligning with its mission to promote engineering excellence in Nigeria. The commissioning ceremony was attended by invited guests, partners, engineers, and students of the JSS Kurudu, marking a significant milestone in the institution's history. Eunice Ella is reporting for Clearview News.
As the world continues to evolve, innovative ideas and initiatives continue to emerge to drive growth and productivity. One of such is the integration of genetically modified organisms in the area of agriculture to drive food sustainability. Despite its numerous potential in addressing the global food crisis, safety concerns about genetically modified organisms are still being debated. Amidst concerns over the adoption of GMOs crops in Nigeria, the federal government in January approved the commercial release of 4 teller maize varieties for commercial planting in the country, sparking even more reactions across quarters. At a press conference this Thursday in Abuja, stakeholders in the agricultural biotechnology industry say there is no cause for alarm, while urging Nigerians to embrace the innovation so as to maximize its potentials in ensuring food security in the country. More details to come in our subsequent bulletin.
The telomeres that recently sparked intense controversy and concerns, with many questioning its safety and environmental impact, is a transgenic, drought-tolerant and insect-protected maize variety designed to thrive in challenging climatic conditions. Its commercial release is expected to enhance food security in sub-Saharan Africa by increasing crop yield, enhancing resilience to pests and diseases, and reducing the environmental impact. Also, improving nutritional content for the health benefit of the populace. Having gone through this rigorous testing and evaluation processes to ensure its safety for consumption and the environment, maize is safe and not harmful to humans and environment. The World Health Organization and Food and Agricultural Organization have stated that GMOs are safe for human and animal consumption. Similarly, the Nigerian government has taken a positive stance on GMO and their safety. The technology behind GMOs, known as modern biotechnology, or in other words, genetic engineering, allows for the transfer of selected individual genes from one organism to another. This process has been thoroughly studied and tested, and there is no evidence or data to indicate GMOs are harmful to human health, and therefore Nigerians have nothing to worry about.
For the first time, I can tell you in the history of this country, and very reliably, that these organizations sitting on this table are working together almost on a daily basis, meeting, scrutinizing things, and trying to see what are the likely hazards that will befall human beings, not only human beings, but the environment in itself, as well as animals. So our products, by the time we release our products, it has gone through the various safety measures to make sure that at least the environment is not polluted, plants are not polluted, and then human beings eventually are not actually going to be victims of whatever our discovery is. While promising Nigerians that we will take their concern very, very seriously, we are still in the lab trying to make sure that we verify whatever claims are coming. For now, there is no cause for alarm. And I can tell you quite frankly that we have done our investigation. We are very homely with the products that we have given out. And of course, we are already beginning to have some requests from international organizations.
If you are just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us. Out of every crisis comes the chance to be reborn. Welcome back. The 9th edition of the Nigeria-EU Business Forum kicked off with an evening cocktail reception at the European Union residence, hosting key players in the Nigeria-EU business community. The one-day forum with the theme, Investing in Jobs and Sustainable Future, aims to provide a platform for engagement in identifying business opportunities, trade and sustainable investment under the EU Global Gateway Strategy.
This is part of our engagement with the new government. As you know, the Honourable Minister, because you have been one of the driving forces behind that. Since last year, we started a very positive engagement with the new government, a government that put trade and sustainable investment really at the core of its renewed hope agenda, which is musical to our ear because trade, sustainable economic development, trade and sustainable investment are very much also at the center of something you know very well, that is the Global Gateway Strategy, and at the center of the EU-Nigeria partnership.
And like I once remarked in EU, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we want partnership. We don't want a one-way traffic. We want business opportunities. We want European companies to come here and invest and be rewarded for investing, as well as we also want invest in the EU mutual partnerships. We want cooperations. We know some of those issues that are of concern to EU and they are of concern to us. We don't want an unstructured migration. We want a responsible migration. We want our children to go to EU countries out of choice, not out of compulsion.
A lot of emphasis and a lot of hopes in those events in Brussels, because these are a clear example and illustration on how we wish our global gateway strategy to deliver in practice, to offer concrete business opportunities. So I was told there were quite many European companies and many more Nigerian companies that have been subscribing, and that the event is already oversubscribed. We have panels and discussions around the most promising fields for investment, and as you know, the European Union is investing a lot in a Team Europe spirit, and I will never insist more on Team Europe. Team Europe means all of us.
On migration, like the Honorable Minister has said, we're doing our very best to gain more carbon credit. On the issue of migration, on the issue of climate change, we're doing all our best. And on the issue of migration, of course, here, we don't in any way promote irregular migration. But beyond that, we do everything to ensure that these relations work smoothly.
And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Authorities of the University of Benin, UNIBEN, have this Thursday shut down academic activities in the institution indefinitely following a protest by students over weeks of power outages on campus as the students prepare for exams. The management of Tai Solarin University of Education, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, has suspended the school's ongoing second semester examination indefinitely following the killing on Wednesday of a final year student identified as Olaoye Fabi by suspected cultists. We also told you that a federal high court in Abuja this Thursday invalidated the February 22 People's Democratic Party primary election in Edo for failing to comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.
We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.